Hello, great people. We hope this finds you well wherever you are following from. This is Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, and we are coming to you from Felo the Boy's yard, standing right at the door front. And we just have so much to share with you. Stay tuned. My name is John Bosco of Joint Hands Greenlife Trees.
Hello everyone, I'm Pamela of Joint Hands Greenlife Trees. We are today at Felo the Boy's yard, just to update on a few. Stay tuned.
Oh, thank you. We also have
Hello guys, Zach Discovery here. We are streaming live from Fello the Boy's compound. Don't touch that tie, man. Yeah. Hey guys, Fello the Boy here. We are streaming live from my home, and here we have got my brothers and sister. It has been a while. We have not been together, but today God has made us to meet today here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so guys, there is a few things that we'll be bringing to your attention. First of all is we'll be sharing with you about uh, us, Joint Hands Greenlife Trees. I know you've not interacted with us. Our videos haven't come your way for quite a while now, but today we are glad to be catching up. Among the things that we intend to share with you here is where we've been as Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, and as you may recall from the previous videos, there's a lot that has been ongoing that we would love to address. The projects that Fello the Boy has been undertaking at Sir Edwards and Mama Maria and all over across. Yeah, we would wish to talk about them a little bit because we have been part of this journey, and it can't go without us giving our input concerning them. But just before we get into discussing all this, I think let me start with, I'll give Fellow time. We'll still also hear from Zach. Even Pam will have something to tell us. But importantly is that we as Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, we've been missing a lot on YouTube because the nature of our business is holding us so much. There is a time that, as you may recall, Felo the Boy is the guy who introduced us to YouTube, and he is our mentor. He has brought us this far. If you see our channel has got some subscribers, it is thanks to him having brought us the far we've come. And we've learned just so much, and it has been great fun working around him. And we're still looking forward to working with him. If you have been missing us on YouTube, it's just because our trees project has been holding us. Perhaps you can tell them the nature of our work.
Yeah, during the time that we were so much engaged in the projects just around Nyabohanse, we found out that our project at the nursery was somehow going down. So we have to be there at times, most of the times, to streamline everything before we get back to the projects around Nyabohanse. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, we produce tree seedlings. We are producers of tree seedlings. We produce lots of tree species, different varieties, fruit trees, and we've got orders from our clients. So sometimes you have an order that has got timelines within which you must deliver. So it keeps us a little too tight to be seen online. And I think as we still explore how we'll be going about having our stuff on YouTube, we'll get you posted. But for now, today we are here particularly to show you that we are with Fello because of the many projects that we've been undertaking with him. Particularly, I've explained about our association with Fello that after he introduced us to YouTube, we were undertaking some projects around, particularly when he first came to our tree nursery. He came as a client who came to pick tree seedlings, which we came over and assisted in planting, and we showed how trees are planted. And for the first time, we got unique ornamental plants being planted around Nyabohanse. And that is how we got working around. But since Fello has been in charity work, so we got involved in charity work here and there. And that involvement saw us moving from one place to another. It has always kept us close to Fello, technically making us one family, one YouTube family. We are actually a pentagon. We are five. The only guy who is missing here is Otenga. And perhaps with that, he was here yesterday, but we could not catch up with him because we were held up by some other stuff. But we are still in touch. We are one. We are with Otenga. We are with Fello. We are with Pamela, who is my colleague at Joint Hands Greenlife Trees. And we also have Zach. And we are one. And I think whatever affects one of us technically affects all of us. So that is why we are here to address some matters. Perhaps I'll take this opportunity to give Fello time to explain to us what he may be able to tell us concerning how he has fared with Sir Edward's project. Fello, you introduced us to this project. Yeah. We are the ones who did the fencing once you acquired the plot.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I don't know, you may have what to say before I give my input, and perhaps before Pam also has got her input and Zach. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the viewers. Welcome again. My name is Felo the Boy. If you are joining for the first time, please make sure that you have subscribed to this YouTube channel, and also subscribe to Otenga Jr., Zach Discovery. As you have heard from Bosco, the only person who's missing here is Otenga Jr. to make the team to be full. But still there is no problem with that because he has got some of the work that he's taking on in Rongo. But we are happy about it. So Pam and Bosco, they were in charge of the fencing at Kibranga project, and also the rest of the work of the landscaping. And we have been getting in touch with them in terms of landscaping in different projects that I've been doing. So this matter of Sir Edward, I had explained it in my videos, but this channel also has got some of the viewers that maybe they would like to also to hear what has been going on, and also Bosco and Pam also, so that they can be able to at least to hear from on my side. So that project was well. Since we started the project in June, we were having good communication with Sir Edward. And it has been now 7 months since we started working. But all of a sudden, when we reached at December, almost to finish the construction, actually I had to receive, I received the email from him that I have to hand over that project to Mike Vengers. And the reason is that I'm busy with charity work and also building my house. So he was like, Bike Vengers will be the manager, and I will be now the supervisor. Yeah, so I had to do the way he said, because he reached somewhere up to where he told me to give out the keys and also to change the document of the land to Mike Vengers. Something that I did it in a respect way, because it was an order, not even a request. It was like an order. And once you have got an order, sometimes you have either to agree on it or to deny it. Now that I lacked the option, I didn't know what to do. I just did the way he wanted. But from there, we thought about that maybe it will be the end of the matter. But we never knew that we are now giving birth to the new story now. So later on, what came to be heard was different, and the story that came out of the house expenses was very different for all viewers who are viewing this story. But with that, I had to do that the way he said, and this matter of finance is the one that brought the big problem for him to stop that project. Something that up to now, we are still waiting for his word, waiting if he will come to Kenya, so that maybe he can come and see the work that we have been doing. Because I haven't denied that maybe he did not send that money or he sent that money, But what I can say is that I have worked and the house is there. The house is a 4-bedroom house, and we have got also another house there. Something that no one has come to do valuation to say whether this house has costed this kind of money or it has not costed this kind of money. But something that also we came to hear, and something that didn't make me happy, is about the reaction of some of the subscribers that is going on, because they have created so many stories about between me and Sir Edward, and also to an extent of exposing my private documents to the public. Something that I don't know if is Sir Edward who gave this order to do this thing of exposing my documents, and why is it that if he gave an order of exposing my document, why is it that he did not give out his document also to be exposed that way? So that is it that also happened. And right now we are still here, and I'm still also here, still waiting, because also my bank account was frozen. And this is a account that I used to get payment of YouTube through it. And also most of the subscribers, they used to send me some charity money there. So last week when I went to the bank to go and confirm my payment, I found that I cannot be able to take out that money because the amount was being restricted. So another thing is that I fail also to understand how my bank accounts can be restricted without any order, maybe from the bank or from the government, or from any notification from the bank. Because even if I am not sure, I don't think if the bank can restrict someone's account without notifying him, or without a court ordering the bank to close your or to restrict your account. So let us take an example, like if people have got the authority of maybe telling the bank to restrict people's accounts, that means that even me, I can go to the bank and run there and say, oh, Zach Discoveries has wronged me. He has got some money that I gave him, so restrict his account. I don't think if it can be done that way, and if it can be done that way, maybe, I don't know, maybe it is a Kenyan law, but as the matter goes on, maybe we'll get the truth, and we shall be able to come again and tell you what has been happened. So today I'm here with Bosco. I had not planned to talk about this story again, but now it is my team. They are my team, and also they will like to hear from me. I have to talk on my side about what it happened, because this thing has been happening, and as I had said also in my video, that have been trying to reach Sir Edward for around 2 times now, because it was the first time. It was October when I wrote for him a message that I would like you to take a break from what you are doing and come at least in Kenya before we continue with the rest of the work that had remained, because that time we had not even plastered the house. I came to him and I asked him to come, but he did not come, because he told me that just continue with the construction. Let us continue and finish what we started. And when he said that way, then I continued working. Then after a while again, after like some 2 weeks, I sent him a message, another message, telling him that things are getting worse. Please, you have to come back. I have to stop this project. Because guys, I was like maybe smelling a rat. You know, I can use that word, smelling a rat, that maybe something wrong is going to happen. And maybe I can say that people will understand me wrong from this. Maybe God was trying maybe to show me that you are supposed to do this and this, so that you can be able to avoid this and this. But when he was telling me that continue, then whom am I to stop? Then I just continue, because I'm the one who started. But I failed to understand, guys, something that is on my side is that imagine you have been working with someone for 7 months. The 7 months you have been working with him, he has not been having complaint with you. He has been calling you son, He has been praying for you. Each and every time we text each other. Sometimes he sent for me a message, son, I am cooking. He sent for me a message, son, I have got this kind of style of cooking. So many things. But after 7 months, the last month now, we are almost to finish the project. He's telling me to give out the rest, the keys and the project. So I'm not blaming him for that, but he had a reason to do that. You know, sometimes it is good also some other people to work with other people so that maybe later also they can come and regret and say, oh, I wish we could have used the one that we were using than this one that we are using. So thank you very much, guys, for that information. It was just a brief that I wanted to brief to Bosco and also the viewers who are watching this video, and that we are not afraid about anything because it has already happened, and once it has happened, you have to wait now what will come. We are not running, we will not escape, but we will still remain where we are. So thank you, guys, and God bless you. Please
Maybe
remember
Fello,
to support
sorry,
us. Yeah.
sorry, maybe for the sake of our audience,
Yeah.
it is also important to clarify to them,
Yeah.
as far as you are concerned,
Yeah.
did you scam Sir Edward?
No, I did not scam him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is important to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not scam him, and also I'm not a scammer the way my name is going viral all over.
Yeah.
Because somebody, even people who are talking about it, they are talking it for views. People are working for money using my name. They are talking it for views. Some of them, they don't know even. If somebody could have said that I am a scammer, then he can come and tell people how we started with this Sir Edward.
Yeah.
Don't come just tell, oh, Fello the Boy scammed Sir Edward 8 million.
Yeah.
And you don't know how this 8 million even was coming. You don't know even how this 8 million has worked. You don't know even if is this 8 million that was sent, that which amount was sent on construction, which amount was being sent on gifts, because it's like maybe everything now has been kept together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Guys, just before I proceed with what I had in mind to share, I want to give opportunity to Zach. You have something to say? If you have it, you can say it. Then the rest, I'll be doing the rest of our position as John Bosco and Pamela.
The joint hand.
The joint hands.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. As Bosco has said, my name is Zach Discoveries. Currently, the names that are going on social media is the scammers, the thieves. We accept all that because, as I always say in my video, we are being used as bridges by those people who love to spread love. This issue of Felo the Boy, you know, sometimes I usually sit down and think that maybe this Sir Edward was sent, or maybe this Sir Edward had an intention of bringing down Felo the Boy. You know, there are some questions that when you try to ask yourself, sometimes you miss answers. For example, has this man ever, not this Sir Edward, by the way, we need to call him by his name. Has this man ever thought why Felo the Boy used to give me money to pay those guys who used to work? There's a reason for that. But someone sitting somewhere just idle will think that we were scamming this man. The reason, let me give you now the reason why I used to pay those people who used to work. Look at Felo the Boy. If you people ever saw Felo the Boy's place where he was living, he used to have a house that you could only knock a door with just one blow. How many millions was Felo handling for that man? A lot of money. So this man never cared about the security of this guy. So that is the reason why sometimes Fello could give me like 50,000, go to Kibranga, pay these guys, so that we were playing with these guys who are watching us, so that they don't know who exactly is handling the money. Yes, he was handling the money, but I was protecting him in terms of pay. So he has never thought about that. How many times Fello requested this man from a normal ground? Because the blood could detect that something bad is going to happen. Please, the man who used to call you son, now is calling you thief. You said, sir, come over. Let's do this project together. Can you tell me that you did not have plans? From a normal ground, didn't you have plans? Why did you refuse twice? Why didn't you come until even yourself you go to the hardware, you purchase the cement, you purchase the ceilings, you purchase the screws, everything when you are there? Now what is happening to this guy's name? All over. Documents. Can you imagine documents of Felo the Boy? They're all over. All over. So that's one reason. I'm telling you, that's one reason that we are supposed to sue the entire team that is handling these documents. Now, you refused. So you refused because you had not reached the target of where you wanted now to blow out this guy. Okay, another thing I can ask Sir Edward, whoever his name is. You gave Fellow the Boy millions. Any security? No security. Did you know how many times Fellow the Boy fell sick because of your project? I've been asking you this one in social media, and you even request that I remove my comments. This guy could be reined to that project back. I remember that's the time that when the guys who were constructing the road, they had messed with the road. Sliding and it was raining like it will never rain again. This guy could fall as he's going. Sometimes, what? Some people, when I tell you you are evil, you are evil. You're very evil. So you come to an extent whereby you trust someone that goes around taking photos of people's house that were constructed 5 years ago when cement was 600, 500, telling you that this house was constructed 4 million. Let me ask you, go to the internet. Can you search? There's a program we call the Property Show in Kenya. Property Show comes in a television called KTN. Watch the houses sold in Nairobi. You sent this guy a message that you can buy a fully furnished house of 9 million in Nairobi. Not Nairobi, Nairobi, this capital city. Maybe Nairobi in Isibania. Sometimes I think about these incidents. Have you ever sent those people you call evaluators to come to the ground to evaluate how much your house is worth? You tell Fellow that this house behind here is bigger than your house. I don't know who sends you these messages. I don't know who sends you this because you are being misled. Okay, it has happened. It has happened. We scammed you. In fact, now it's me and Fellow. We are scamming. That is what the reactors are talking about. But one day, I promise you, one day, with the God that we worship, one day you remember this young man. I kept telling in my video that we have people who have been scammed. Real scamming, leave alone this. Real scamming. You send over 10 million, 20 millions, you are being constructed a bungalow, a villa. They take snaps of different houses. They send you. When you come here, you get a heart attack. But thank God you got a good guy. You misused him at the end of it. It will dawn on you one day. One day. It will dawn on you. So before you go, Bosco, I want this Edward for him to know exactly how much his house is. I want him to calculate the amount he could have used to construct the wall itself. Because my house where it is, the house I'm living, it is close to that money you're talking about, 8 million, and yet it's not finished. It's not finished. I've lived in that house for 10 years. When I only constructed and roofed and put grills, it had costed me 1.3. We had not come to the ceiling, to the plaster, to the what, to the electricity. Electricity, by the way, electricity. He said how much that you scammed him even with electricity.
227,000. And electricity.
Come to the ground. Come to the ground. Those guys who are cheating you to tell you the truth. This is Kenya. Kenya Power is not a company you can just go and apply for electricity and they bring it to 2 shillings. Never.
Even the Kenyans were
Never. Yes, tell this guy the truth.
just constructing a line.
Kenya Power is not what you think. That place of yours, you were supposed to pay over 500,000 to get that electricity. But you made us go through a lot. We could even sleep at around 12 midnight because of that electricity. How do you pay us back? How do you pay this gentleman? You come work with big blows. You send your guys on the ground. God is watching you, sir. Whatever your size. Thank you.
Guys, this issue is a little emotive, but we'll try to now get it from us, Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, that have what to say about Felo the Boy, and also what to share about what we've always undertaken with him. First of all, I want to respond to some comments that I saw in some previous videos. One was about us, Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, and the landscaping work. There was a feeling that we gave an exorbitant budget concerning landscaping and beautification. What we shared initially in our budget, let me checking by the documents, because I worked out that budget on a spreadsheet, actually Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, and it came to 799,600 Kenya shillings. That is the budget. When I shared that budget, it is still on Microsoft Excel on our spreadsheet, yeah. So when I shared out that, I gave it to Fello because I've never communicated to Saidwa directly. So when I gave it to Felo the Boy, Fello got back to me and he told me that Fello told me that Edward feels that that budget was just too high. When he said so, I went, Fello got back to me and said, Sir Edward feels that that budget was too much. So I had to review it, and I took time to review. Let me just check. Sir Edward's project. I think I made a review of the same. Let me just check. I think it is, let me just see. Sir Edward. I think I'm checking for that document. Well, what happened is that I had to review that budget a little downwards, but now scaling it down meant that there are some materials that we want to use. We would resort to cheaper materials. Because when we talked of constructing road channels, it meant that we want to work out a drainage, and it is a drainage that would ensure that no much waterlogging happens in the yard. But now we resorted that we won't buy, procure water drainage channels. Instead, we were going to construct the channel using bricks and mortar, and that would have made it cheaper, but it won't look as beautiful. Someone felt that landscaping going to close to $1 million is too much, but this is what I have to say. Landscaping has no particular cost. It all depends on the customer's taste. Sometimes when a customer, based on the kind of landscaping a customer wants, the cost might be high or it might be low based on their taste or based on what you recommend to a customer. So there's no question of cheap or expensive. It is all based on the preferences put in place. And in this case, Sir Edward was nowhere for us to discuss with him what he exactly wanted. So we gave him what we proposed. And remember, it was a proposed budget. So it wasn't about scamming him in any way. There was also another comment that someone felt that Fello had chased us, had sent us away from his projects. That was not true. We were just held up as Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, as we told you at the beginning of this video, that we have so much to undertake at our projects. So we didn't have adequate time to attend to all this. The time that we spent here doing the activities that we used to do, during that time, there's a lot that didn't go right at our workplace. We needed to supervise our workers. We needed to ensure that everything runs rightly. There's a lot that wasn't going right. So we scaled down on what we were undertaking here. Now, concerning Felo the Boy and the scandal we hear about of possibility that perhaps he scammed Sir Edward, we also have something to say about that. I don't want to say that it is true or false, But I want to say that Felo the Boy has been one guy among all the YouTubers that you know about in this community. Remember that I'm talking while standing right in the heart of Nyabohanse. If there is one guy who has undertaken projects that have impacted people's lives, if there is a guy who has transformed people's lives, if there is one guy who has reached out to vulnerable households, right from the time that the first project that we met him working under, which wasn't particularly his project, but he worked under, was Mama Anna's project, and we all saw it. And afterwards, now when we met Fello and began working with him, it was at Mama Felicitas' place. That was one home that didn't have a decent house, didn't have decent beddings, didn't have, children had struggles to go to school. Nothing was working in that particular home. But this guy took up this home, constructed it, made it what we can see today. He has transformed that home. He has ensured that there is adequate lighting. The son of that home has got a room that he counts as his own room. And in that particular room, he has got lighting system, he has got a table, a chair to sit on, and he can do homework, he can revise. Now, if Fello was to scam at that moment, and remember everything that he did at that point was on camera. So if he was a scam, I think by that time, those who allege should start telling us how much is scammed at that moment. And as I told you, I'm not defending Fello concerning whether he swindled Sir Edward or not, but I'm trying to paint a picture of the Fello that I know. And when we finished at Mama Felicitas, we moved to Mama Fred's. Everyone saw it on camera. That was one home that didn't have anything. It was a sufferer home. They didn't have food, they didn't have clothing, they didn't have beddings, they didn't have lighting. They were quite vulnerable. But to walk into that home today, they've got a decent home. The children are living a decent life, at least to some good level. And even the personality of Mama Fred is boosted. She's happy. She now has a personality to interact with the community. Now, having brought that family to that level, if you want to call him a scammer, perhaps you need to reflect there and tell us how much is scammed from that project, because this story has gone quite viral and everyone is having their say. Now, from that point, he has again moved to Mama Maria. And not just that, we know the children who are going to school, whom Fello has been paying their school fee through charity work. If he was a scammer, those children, you normally see them in school uniform, you see them during admission, you see them when he takes them to school, when he visits them in school, when he pays the school fees, and when he shares their documents. And these children testify, and even the families I'm talking about, they testify on camera. If he was a scammer, then I think this won't be anywhere. Now let me say that this far, Felo the Boy has made successes. He has succeeded in a lot. He has made friends through YouTube. He has made friends across the world. He has met good people. He has met charitable souls. He has been supported a lot. He has been supported a lot by the people that he interacts with. And I even saw a comment where someone was asking about how Fello acquired a motorcycle. That motorcycle was a donation to him from one of his subscribers. He didn't scam, that came from someone. So, I mean, this guy has made achievements. Now, because of the achievements that Felo the Boy has made, these achievements have earned him friends and enemies in equal measure. We have people who just look at the speed at which Fello is progressing, and they feel bitterness. We have bitter souls outside here because of the successes, the achievements that this guy is making in life. But everyone is meant to succeed. I mean, even me here, Fello has constructed a better house than my own house, but I do not feel any jealousy about it. I'm not envious about it, because he is working. His work has earned him this. It doesn't matter, even if he buys a car today when I'm still riding a motorcycle, that doesn't matter. He has worked for it, and he has made friends who have been supporting him. I mean, how much is a donation? A donation is anything. People can donate millions or even billions. So suppose he gets billions that renders this house a little more useless and constructs even a house that is maybe 10 times better than this. What would you say in that case? So, having earned friends and enemies, and I'm saying friends and enemies because even in the middle of these scandals that we are hearing here and there, we have friends who have stood up with Fello. Actually, even right now, when he talks of his account having been locked, having been frozen, we have friends who have thought it wise that no, Fello can't go hungry in the house without food, and they have already made some donations to see that he is living. And that is what has brought him this far. So it has earned him friends, but it has also earned him enemies. We have people who have literally taken their time to move around, to spread malice, to look for a formula of just bringing him down. People who felt that they were ahead of Fello. And even today, they feel that they are better off, and every nice thing that comes along the way should go to them. So when they see that all this goes to Fello, it doesn't give them peace. And this takes me to talking to Sir Edward. Sir Edward, before you settled to engage Fello on your project, you had watched so many videos of YouTubers across this community. When you chose to go for Fello, it meant you saw something in him that you didn't see in any other person. It means that you saw reliability in him, you saw efficiency in him. The world is so big. I mean, you would have still looked for a YouTuber in Nigeria, in Congo, or wherever in the world. But having watched the YouTube videos that you were watching, you settled on one individual across the world. I believe that you are a senior person who has been across the world. Settling for Felo the Boy means that you saw something unique in him that you had not seen in anyone else. Now, having seen that thing, you started working with him. You worked with Felo the Boy to a point that he bought a piece of land on your behalf. He constructed a house on your behalf. He started it right from fencing. And he made the world understand that he is working on someone's project. And he kept updating the whole world on how the project was progressing step by step. Even the far that Fello has come with that project, there is no single thing that hasn't seen the face of the camera. From the little nails that have gone to that house, to the bricks, to the bags of cement, to the iron sheets, and everything else that ever took place there, including women who are helping in fetching water for construction. These are things that you are seeing on camera. I mean, yes, I've seen people swindled. Back here in Kenya, yes, I've seen people being swindled. Some have been swindled by their very own relatives because they live outside the country and they keep remitting finances so that they can be assisted. The reason why you chose on Fello is because you are very sure that you are able to be monitoring the progress of your project. But now someone came to you and started feeding you with malice, because the information that you should be having right now should be primarily from Fello. But you have information from other sources to a point that you got a better trustee than Fello and commanded Fello to hand the keys to that trustee. Who told you that this trustee is better than Fello? Suppose something worse happens, because Fello was very sincere and genuine and showing you everything. But now you decided to drop him, I believe because of malice, because someone must have been coming to you and updating you. And you are being updated on everything malicious. Maybe they felt that this project is too big and they are smarter, and so they have to get it to themselves. So They were smart enough to bring you all sorts of information that could trigger anger in you and make you feel that you've been scammed. I said that, yes, maybe you were scammed, maybe not. But I'm trying to tell you the kind of guy I know and the kind of work he has done for you. He has done you quite a great job. And the house stands there. The property stands there. The piece of land is right there. And he's very clear that he has not transferred it to anyone else. He is holding it in trust for you. But you chose to trust someone else. I can assure you that this might not be a blessing to you. The best you could do is to work with Fello to the end. He has handled many projects and taken them to the end. This equally was a project that he was going to handle and take it to the end. But you decided to listen to malicious people, people who have never undertaken any projects to the magnitude of Fello. You know, the reason why you trusted Fello is because you saw the projects that he was handling here and there and how successful they were becoming. But you chose to trust people whose projects we do not know. I don't know what they've accomplished successfully that you can refer to. I don't know how much you know about their stories, their personal stories. I don't know how much testimony you have about them. But this guy here is a global guy that everyone can stand and talk about. So the reason why I'm here is to talk about Fello and assure you that you got the best person, but you chose to listen to malice. When you'll be reaping from malice, you'll have no one to blame but yourself. It is still early enough. You can reverse the gear and proceed with your project and get it succeeding. I believe it will succeed. Fello is not perfect, so perhaps some mistakes could have occurred here and there. That is quite possible. But he is a guy who calls you dad. You call him son. A son and a dad can still sit and discuss their domestic issues. But when you choose to take this matter to the public outside there, then I mean, you are spreading your whole family. You are having all the dirty linen to the public, and the reactions you're going to see under this video will be a mix of things that takes away your honor, takes away your dignity, takes away the respect that we have for you. So it is still early enough. You can reverse the gears and engage the right gear and get this project moving, or you can decide to altogether ignore what I'm sharing with you because I'm sharing from experience. I'm old enough, I'm in my 40s. I have great experience, so I'm telling you things from my very own experience. You can choose to ignore me, or you can choose to take up my advice. I'm giving it freely. You might be heading a different direction. Finally, if that property successfully comes to completion, you might choose to come and put up within this community. It is important that you come into a community in which you have harmony with people. Going by the things that are taking place here, you could walk into a community that will receive you with a hostile opinion. But you should be received with love so that when you live with people here, nobody has things against you. Everyone celebrates and happy to have a good neighbor. But you've not yet come, and already people have a few things they think about you. Some are already perceiving you to be hostile. Please reverse the gear, engage the right gear, and get everything on track. When you finally decide that you'll want to stay here, you will live in harmony and in peace with the community. But if you keep engaging that direction, I can tell you, I'm old enough to advise you that that direction is taking you down the cliff, and it won't end well. Even at the time when you may choose that, okay, since that community is not good enough, can I sell that property and get back my money? All that needs some harmony. You know, without harmony, that also may not happen nicely. And you know what? Felo the Boy may have nothing to lose. He has his home. He has done his best for you. and he will settle in his home. I know you are a multimillionaire. Perhaps that could make you think that other people are mediocre. Forgive me for thinking so. If perhaps I'm thinking wrongly, please, people might be mediocre in terms of what they have or they do not have in their pockets. But people have got ideas that may help you. So this is my advice for you.
Yeah.
Take it. Pam?
Okay, a lot has been said. And as it stands, we may not know where the problem started, but it's just a humble request to Sir Edward. Nobody's perfect. We can't say that Fellow was perfect or anything, and we may not know where the problem started from, but we're only requesting, kindly please reverse your gears and just to be at peace with everyone just around here. And Fellow, to us, Fellow is a good boy. He's the one who introduced us into this. And so far, we cannot confess of anything bad or anything malicious about him. But we are not perfect as human beings. And as being people of God, there's always forgiveness. And I feel that Sir Edward could have come to the ground just to settle everything amicably with Fellow, just in a peaceful way. Because right now, everything has exploded and it's creating a lot of reactions, and people have different kinds of perceptions, which is not good. This thing could have been solved at a level that it couldn't have exploded to this magnitude. But I'm just praying that something good happens. And you know, whenever there's good things, that's where the devil also takes advantage. And we should not give the devil chance to take us through this kind of tribulations. And that's why we are also here as Joint Hands Greenlife Trees to stand with Fellow, because he must be so much depressed. He can't be at peace because of everything that's just happening around him. So we stand with him, and we have to ensure that he's also peaceful. We're just trying the much we can, and we're just pleading, Sir Edward, kindly come down so that this thing can be solved amicably on the ground, however far it has gone. And God will bless you in that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is all we had for you this evening. We look forward to catching up with you in our subsequent videos. We hope to meet your comments. Please make them respectful. Consider, have some decorum in your comments, and please give us advice that is guiding. Reactions that may worsen this matter, please avoid them. I wish you the very best. From Joint Hands Greenlife Trees and Fellow the Boy here, we wish you the very best.
And we say bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you.